The Bahamas still has a lot of work to do before it can gain full control of its airspace. Good evening, everyone. I'm Clint Watson. Welcome to the Bahamas Tonight. That statement coming from the Permanent Secretary in the Ministry of Tourism and Aviation, Charles Aubrey, today as the Bahamas Civil Aviation Council met at the Lyndon Pindling International Airport this morning. The former administration negotiated what was a landmark agreement with the U.S. to gradually claim control over its airspace. That agreement, for the first time, exempts Bahamian airlines from paying overflight fees to the FAA and will allow the Bahamas to eventually collect millions in fees currently collected by the U.S. for managing the Bahamas' airspace. Aubrey says the country has to make changes with regard to standards and recommended practices for the civil aviation sector to strengthen its case to get control of the flight information region.
That is what we're working on now at the Civil Aviation Authority. We just had an audit by ICAO, so there are some things that we have to do to shore up the Civil Aviation Authority, particularly as it relates to air navigation services, safety oversight. That is the sort of thing that we need to have a robust sector or unit in civil aviation, because once we get control of the airspace, we will be responsible for ensuring that whomever is providing the service does it in accordance with ICAO standards and recommended practices.
Now, Aubrey was responding to questions during the meeting of the Civil Aviation Council. He says the country will have to audit whoever becomes a service provider, so that unit must be developed.
We also have to negotiate with border states in terms of the lines of demarcation between the Bahamas and them. And that is another aspect that we're working on through the Ministry of Foreign Affairs. So we are moving. We're getting the agreement with the FAA was the first step. So now we're dealing with the other steps.